Hi, my name is Boris Coronado. The idea for Indigenous revival came to me 2 years ago when I first met my family in Peru. My father has a sister and a brother, so my uncle and aunt. My uncle lives in the Andean highlands near Huaraz, in a village 3,500 meters up. And when I met him, it was just an interesting sort of really culture shock. It was my first time going to kind of off the grid. I got to meet my family for the first time, and it was a very interesting experience. It was really a lovely experience. They were wonderful people, very warm and caring. But I was dismayed to discover the lack of educational opportunities that they had, especially from my uncle's family up in the mountains near Huaraz. He approached me actually at one point in the trip and asked if I would be able to help him in purchasing some land in the Amazon jungle near Satipo, which is just to the east of Lima, just over the mountains. And he was interested in just growing some crops there, and he told me it was quite affordable, and I thought it would be interesting to help him out, so I offered to lend him some money to help him buy the land. But when I got to know my family better, to meet his children, my cousins, I discovered they had a real desire to learn and experience more about the world, and they just couldn't get the opportunities in the city where they were living, little town where they live in the mountains. They didn't really have the opportunity to get an education. And so I thought to myself, why not try and expand my project, and why not, instead of just lending them money, helping them to buy a couple of hectares of land to farm and cultivate, I thought it would be great if maybe I could raise some money and buy a few more hectares of land and build a school on the plot of land and help the people there. It was kind of shocking to me to see how the indigenous people are marginalized in Peru. So I'm hoping with this project to build a school that also gives the indigenous people a place to meet, a community center where hopefully at the very least we can record some of the languages they speak and help them. There's not so many people speaking a lot of the indigenous language from the area, and hopefully create an indigenous revival of sorts where they have a chance to teach people about their native cultures and languages, and also just simple things that we can help them with in the first world, with things such as solar energy, helping them filter the water. One of the tragedies I discovered down when I was visiting in the Amazon was that there's illegal mining, illegal logging going on, the water's polluted, the trees are being chopped down at an alarming rate, and it's all being done by the local people who are trying to get themselves out of the poverty. So I thought through this project I can give them an alternative means of supporting themselves. There was a book I was reading, A World Without Poverty, from Muhammad Yanis, and he was saying that the next sort of revolution in economics is what he described as social businesses, where, for example, a person like me who would invest in the people, invest in the farms, invest in the product, invest in the community by creating, giving them opportunity to use renewable energy, solar panels. But instead of expecting a return on my investment, I would immediately take any profit that we make from the sale of the chocolate and reinvest it into the community. What we're trying to do is we're trying to help the local people with a sustainable economy, which will in the long run help them preserve their environment, minimize any impact we would have on the environment, and help the people to protect their nature. At the end of the day, Peru is blessed with just an amazing diversity of nature, from the mountains to the jungle to the ocean. And hopefully a long-term goal would be to encourage them to stop with the illegal logging, the illegal mining, and help them return to being protectors of the environment. But after thinking about it for a while, I realized that if I get some help from people that I grew up with, people that I met along the way in my life, in my 40 years, I thought maybe this is actually possible to raise a bit of money and create a new system, a new economy, basically, is what I'm hoping for. And it all starts with an education, and that's what I hope to provide the people through Indigenous Revival. That was the idea behind the project, and now I need your help.